Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Trader Moose, and yes, I'm still in my pajamas. So that's how it works. It's Monday morning, January 30th. We're doing this practice session on Pocket Option. And let's see how this goes. So let's start this. I'm still trying to get used to all these things. It's the first time I've ever streamed in my life. So hopefully everything goes fine and smoothly. Okay, first things first. There's a lot of debate, on what's what, how we're supposed to trade, and lately there's been a lot of psychology that's been talked about, and I've noticed that yes, because you can be in demo and you could destroy everything, in the sense where you're making these awesome trades, you see everything and so forth, but when you come live, you can't even get, a quarter, a half, or even a quarter of the success you've had in demo. And psychology has a lot to do with it. In my opinion, I'm just going to go write this. There's 5 things you need to look at before you take a trade. The first one, I'm just going to move this a bit. The first one is your setup. Is your setup being formed or formed? 2, price action. Is price action moving according to your setup or against your setup? For example, if I have a doji, but I'm in an uptrend or downtrend, price action is not moving according to my setup. Sorry for that. Because we all know that the doji, we want to take a breakout of the doji when it's in a range, not in a trend. Another example, a third touch breakout. If the momentum is very strong coming down, we are less likely to take the trade than if it's coming down, a red candle, then there's a green, a red, green, and there's smaller candles. So price action is very important before we take a trade. The third point is structural confirmation, that I like to call. These are the confirmation that Dr. Grant talks a lot about. Round levels, a trend line, common point of rejection. These are your structural confirmations that you do need to take into consideration. There's also the fourth element. For some, it may be the case. For others, it might not. It doesn't matter, but it's the indicators that you're using. I'm using 2 indicators. Of course, if you're not using them, it's okay. But you can't base your trade just on the indicators. It has to be based off of setup, price action, structural confirmation. Indicators is really the fourth one. It's kind of optional, as I said, but do not solely base your trade on the indicators, because remember, indicators do lag behind a bit, and there could be false signals. And number 5, and I've talked about it, it's your psychology. Now, in your psychology, of course, are you in the right mindset for taking the trade? Are you angry because you lost the previous 2 or 3 trades? Are you way too happy because you've won your previous 2 or 3 trades and it's going great and you feel invincible? Because being very happy, joyful, blissful, it's the same, it will create the same issues as if you are angry, frustrated,
PO'd, and so forth. So you have to be careful. Normally, when trading, you want to be neutral, so to speak. So these are pretty much the five steps that you have to go through before taking a trade. And if you go down the list and you answer no to one of them going down, you stop. Of course, indicator optional, as I said. So basically, let's say setup, yes. Price action, yes. Structural confirmations, yes. Indicator, yes. Psychology, no. You don't take the trade. It has to be a unanimous yes for everything in order to take the trade. Okay, so let's get this started. Let's choose our pairs. And then we can start analyzing and taking trades. So let's go here. I'm only taking OTC. I'm not taking real market trades. Now, a little tip here, depending on the type of monitor you're at, if you think this is not enough pairs at the top and you'd like to have more, just press Control minus. It will basically zoom out your screen so you have more space, put in more pairs. For me, I'll just go back to 100 and then we will go from there. Okay, so let's analyze this. As I said, my strategy is quite simple. It's on the 30 seconds. I take a 1 minute trade. I brought my count down to $100. As you can see, I took the remaining balance out by purposefully losing a trade. So you want to be, even though it's demo, you do want to be in the most realistic conditions as possible. Do not put yourself in conditions that are unrealistic. Also, some will say, oh, in demo, you can just trade with $1. For me, that instills complacency. Put the amount that you would put if this was a real live account, period. No more, no less. Okay, so let's go around. I like to go and check on the 5 minutes and mark out my zones. I like to separate the body from the wick. That's just my thing. Here, I would say it's going to be up here if we ever want to take one. Doesn't mean we won't have any opportunity. Before that, it just means that these have a more probability of working. A better probability of working, sorry. For those in the chat, you know, don't be shy if you have any questions or whatnot. Feel free to holler in the chat. I will try to follow it as best as I can. Here, it's pretty much going to be down here. this zone here. I like to mark also some zones that were already, that are not fresh, like a doc would say, just to validate my thesis. So when I go back in 1 minute or 30 seconds, I can see what the result was. So it's very important, and Doc spoke about this a lot. Very important. Take your time, analyze your charts, analyze the market, how it's going. If you miss an opportunity, sometimes I'll jump in if I see the opportunity and I'm pretty sure of my analysis and I've went through my 5 points, my 5 checkpoints. But if you do miss the opportunity, it's okay. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of opportunities out there. Okay. When I do come up to a certain point where there's no continuation, or it's like a reversal here, instead of putting boxes, I'm just going to put some lines, just so I can be careful, and I will be looking for common point on the wicks, just so I can be careful. These are not necessarily low probability trades, but it can just go through it. So they are lower probabilities than if it was, let's say, this over here that caused continuation, where it was the end of the retracement. So let's continue here. But if you don't see anything, just go to a higher time frame, 15 minutes. As you can see, there's nothing. Normally when there's nothing, if it does continue going higher, I will not take any trades. I will wait for it to come down. So over here, oops. Yeah, over here, this would be the level I'd be looking at in order to take a trade. As I said, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to take a trade somewhere in here, but there are better chances that I wait for it to hit my zones. What happens if it doesn't hit any of my zones? Well, I don't take any trades. That's all. I'm not looking to absolutely trade. I need to trade it. No. You have to get that out of your mind. If you are going with the mindset of you need to trade, that means you're chasing money. If you're chasing money, you will basically lose your money. So be careful. That's a trap. Okay, here there's a lot of choppiness. Let's see if we can find. This would be the zone. Okay. Then after doing all my pairs in 5 minutes, I like to go down to the 1 minute, see what's going on. Also, there's a couple of setups that I do in 1 minute. I want to see, ever find myself in one of them. You'll notice that I do go back and forth from one time frame to another. As you can see, the first candle to hit the zone did retract. Then it went up the second. But I'm curious to see. Okay, one of the strategies I like to use is the 30-second strategy. If I take a trade for a minute, it's when the conditions are in the either overbought or oversold area of the RSI and the stochastic oscillator. The settings here at default, I just changed the colors because I find it more pleasing to see these colors. So that's pretty much the bulk of it. And of course, I don't just rely on the indicators. I also try to look at other confirmations that we've learned, that I've learned from Dr. Grand. And I do recommend you watch his channel. He is an awesome mentor. He explains things properly. So go ahead. So let's go. Okay. We are at a strong. Oh, it's too late. This would have been the candle to take. This one right here, but 30 seconds too late. That's okay. Let's move on to the next opportunity. Oh, well, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. So we are at a level here. Seems, whoops, just moved it. First candle closure. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just click here. It's going to cause less problem. So this here is the candle that closed. So I would have taken my trade on this one. And since these are 30-second candle, since these are 30 seconds candle, what would happen is that the trade would run these two candles. And that would have been a good trade, and it would have won. Get back to the cursor, pen down. Okay, I'm going in because we are very close to the RSI. We are coming into the zone, but a better entry would be up here for the round number. What am I seeing? Yeah, the better entry would have been up here. But sometimes there's some trades, you better go for 30 seconds. Okay, that's a strong candle. We're gonna wait. What's going on in 1 minute? Okay, let that trade play out, and let's go see what else do we have. Yeah, there's one thing with this strategy. Sometimes you're better off only take like when there are strong candles like this, you're better off taking only 30 seconds for a trade than taking a minute. But you have to let it play out. There are 5 seconds left, so let's see what's going to happen. Oh, there you go. And that's why this is a practice session. You want to feel things out. You want to try things out. You want to be as close as possible as reality is, but sometimes you're not sure. So this seems to be good. Then try it out. You're in a practice session. Like here in my strategy, we are an overbought and oversold. Yet I'm not at my level. There's a strong level right here, which is a round number. I'm not near it. So of course I don't take that trade. Let's go see in 1 minute. Okay, these we're gonna get rid of. They're below 80%. Downtrend. This is strong momentum. Gonna wait. Let's see what we do have. Yeah. No, that would have been a good trade.
Pairs. There's going to be days like this. There are some days where you'll get 5 or 6 opportunities within half an hour, and there's other days where it's mostly going to be like an hour, or you won't even get the amount of trades that you normally want to take within the day. Not seeing a lot of our opportunities. If it comes up, I'm going to take a trade. I'm going to wait for it to cross. We're going to take it for 30 seconds. There you go. It crossed the round number. We are high here. This is the third touch, but we didn't make a higher high, so of course I'm not going for the breakout on this play. My setup is the rejection of the level. Especially, let's get this, especially that over here. Let me get the pen instead. So, we do have our first, second, and third. And I was hoping that because we did have this small retracement, it does slow down the momentum. Because we did have a big momentum of green candles, but we slowed it down thanks to them. So that's pretty much where I'm going with this analysis. And we got it. So let's review our trades so far. Of course, I lost this amount because I wanted to go back to 100, so this trade, of course, doesn't count. The first one was a bad trade. I was too anxious. It just got in the green zone. It didn't reach the round level, which is a strong level. Everything else was there. It was just the timing. I took a second trade on the exact same pair, but this time in the proper zone, and we did get it. And this is our second trade. As I said, a third touch,
Momentum was slowed down right before they touched around level and took the trade in the opposite direction. Now, what does this look like in 1 minute? So this would have been the trade. Oh, let's go and look at the 30. Okay, so this, as you can see, and that's the thing why I like the 30 seconds, is that sometimes the combination of your trade will be the end of the first candle and the beginning of the second candle. It's not necessarily one candle. It doesn't mean I won't go to flag mode, as I said, and do the 1 minute, but this is one of the things that I do like from the 30-second chart and taking 1 minute trades. Oh, well, I did take a 30-second trade, and that's why. It was kind of quick, but the 1 minute would have given it to us. So, okay, I'm talking too much. Okay, 6:30:30. Well, that means the 6:30 candle. So the first 30 seconds it went up, the next 30 seconds it came down. So I took that part for the trade, and this part over here, the first 30 seconds of this candle here. Now this could be a 3-bar reversal, where the wick of the middle candle of the 3-bar is longer than this one. It's just this candle, and it didn't do it. If this candle would have closed below this one here, then we'd have our 3-bar reversal, and I could have taken the trade going down. But in this case, we don't have it. So I'm not touching it. Here again, we do have a first touch, second touch, third touch. This would be a third touch breakout. It is all red candles, but it is a bit choppy. So let's just be careful over here. And let's see what's going to happen. Do I have anything else that would... This here, no. Not really. Well, we do have third touch, round number. So we do have that playing in our favor. When I do come in 1 minute, I will change to flag mode, like I just did here. Mr. All Round, I'm assuming. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get used to all of this. Mic working, not working. Am I too close, too far? We'll have to see. So let's see what's going on. And I see there's a couple of people watching, guys. Don't be shy, write in the chat. I'll never, assume that I know everything and so forth. So if you do see things, or if I say something stupid, don't be afraid to correct me. We've already been at this for like 40 minutes. I'm not going to be chasing trades. I just want to wait here for the breakout. And I do want to take this one because I like the fact that it slowed down right before breaking out. That's a good sign for the breakout. So, as I said, the first touch, second touch, this would be the third touch. We do have a higher high. We have a round number here. It is a minor uptrend as well. So this is good. And let's go from there. Oh, is it reversing on me before even doing the breakout? It probably is. So we're gonna have to let this trade go because if it does come back, not sure I'm gonna trust it. If it does come back right away, I'll stay in it because we do have a retracement of 2 candles here before going back down. And it is one continuous line, but if it goes up higher and then comes back down, I'm not sure I'm gonna want to take it. So let's put an alert here and see what else there are. Yeah, this puppy left the station. It's going up. I won't be taking this trade. It went up too high. If it would have came down around here, been okay. But up here, I don't trust it anymore. It might work, but for me, I don't trust it. Okay, there's not much in the market right now. A lot of choppiness. This you want to avoid. We are in a price channel. But I don't want to touch this. Let's see, 1 minute. Yeah. You're at minor, downtrend, major uptrend, so to speak. Seems to be rejecting a lot from up here. There's the gap down, both occasions. So, as per our rules, we don't take these trades. I'll put an alert if it breaks from here. It's making higher highs. Normally when a candle goes a bit higher than the body of the highest candle, more often than not, I've noticed that it will just continue in that direction. Not always, but more often than not. Okay, gap up in favor sellers. It went and touched our round number. Breakout of the doji. It did work the previous two, but can we really count them because they were gap downs? The better entry would probably be at this doji right here that we have, but let's see what's going to happen. This is going to be my last trade for the session. 45 minutes for my first stream. I think that's long enough. And I don't want to be chasing trades. And in this case, I do have the impression that I was chasing the trade, but it's okay. You know, it's part of the game. Oh, I was lucky there. Coming down like that, that's going to happen. But I was expecting a tie. But because of the gap down of the next candle, it gave me the win. So let's finish this on a high note. So thank you guys for being there. Really appreciate it. I will be doing another streaming session tomorrow because where I live, it is a holiday. And so the time might change. I'll take a look at what's available and so forth. And then we'll go from there. So thank you very much, everybody, for being there. And hopefully I'll see you on my next stream. Have a great day.